This is a really, really awesome book for any young man to read. Transitioning from boyhood to manhood, how to get there, and steps to take. So, if you're a dad or you know somebody, this is an awesome book. You can't go wrong with this book. It's cheaper than a Big Mac and has more wisdom and value packed into it than you can imagine. Biblical Masculinity by Jerry Ross. 21 tenets. Each tenet is only a few pages long, so this is very easy to read. It's a thin book, and it is just awesome. Let me show you some of the table of contents here. Young men must embrace opportunities to develop their natural strength in the performance of physical labor. So that's learning how to work. Now let's go down and see one of my favorite ones. Now, young men should not hesitate to draw their swords against evil. If someone's criticizing your pastor or doing something bad and you know they're wrong and you know you can stop it, it's your duty as a man to step in and protect and defend. And he uses this story of Gideon after they had captured those men who had been killing and slaughtering the Israelites. Gideon had finally captured them, and instead of killing them themselves, he gave the responsibility to his son, and his son was afraid. His son was fearful because he was young. And so we never hear anything about that young man ever again in the scriptures. So that's something that's very, very important. Seek counsel from elders, not your peers. Your friends are your friends. They don't have any more experience than you. Unless they're living the life that you want to live for the next 10 to 20 years, don't ask for their advice. Young men should seek God in their youth with the understanding that the God/young man relationship must be the most potent available to them in their lifetime. Seek God while you're young, and He's not going to hide. God doesn't play hide and seek with you. He's going to help you. He's going to listen. So, and he mentioned something else, and this is about not going for the college degree. College degrees are okay if you need one, especially if it's in your field, but in your young days before you get the degree, you should learn a trade of some sort. It doesn't have to be electrician or plumber. I mean, you can learn to be an HVAC guy in 6 weeks, or 6 months rather. You can learn how to operate a crane in as little as 3 weeks. So, and those are in-demand skills, in-demand certificates that will pay you good money in the long term if you keep up with them. You can go from making minimum wage to making $25 an hour, just starting out with some of those certificates that are available that you can learn in less than a year, less than 6 months. So highly recommend to do that. So, but he gives some explanation here. Jesus was a preacher, but he was also a carpenter. We often forget the teenage years of Jesus Christ. We skip from his birth and go straight to when he's 30 years old, but he had a life in between there, and he was the responsible young man. He was the firstborn, so he provided for his family, his mom and his sisters and brothers here on earth, and he took care of the family. He learned a trade. He became a carpenter. He was the go-to guy for getting your carpentry work done. And in Jewish culture, it is understood the need for a young man to learn a skilled trade. When a young man reaches the age of 12, he becomes an apprentice to his father or another trusted male relative. Under their tutelage, he masters a wage-earning skill. To this day, there is a saying in Jewish culture, "He who fails to teach his son a trade rears a thief." You need to learn a trade. It can be anything. You do what your dad does. Could be vehicle maintenance. I mean, if you learn how to fix cars, you will be in demand as long as cars exist. And knowing us guys, they will exist a long time. And so this is a really good book, and I highly recommend it. And like I said, right now it's only $7. It should be worth $40, but the author wants it priced low so these books can get out to as many people as possible. Some people pay $5,000 for a specialized course where they learn a lot of stuff, but they don't learn near as much as this kind of thing. You won't learn this much in college. You might learn a little bit about accounting or something in college, but you won't learn near as much as you would in this book. So, highly recommend it. You'll pay more for a Big Mac at McDonald's. So, you can find a link to this at our website, or you can click on the link in the description, or you can type in biblical masculinity into the search bar at fundamentalbaptistbooks.com. Highly recommend this book. Can't get too much of it. So, really like it, and I hope you get this book. And if you do, let me know in the comments. And once you finish reading it, come back and to this video and comment down below and tell us what you've learned, or anything. I don't care. As long as you read this book, that would be awesome. So, get this book, and I'll see you in the next one. I've got another video up here. You can check that out after you go click on this link and find this book. So you won't regret it. This is a very good book.